Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Independence Day, Korean Independence Day edition of the Hwanseung News, the 15th of August 2023. How are you doing today? I've had a very good day, just chilling at home. It's too hot to do anything outside, 33 degrees outside there, so yeah, we're just spending time with the fams, the good old fam-bams at home there, and had a good daytime nap. So yeah, feeling a bit more refreshed after that and ready to get back to the busy schedule tomorrow. I'd like to just welcome you to the podcast if you're new to this channel. Okay, my name is Paul Wilson. I'm the CEO of the Hwanseung Group, and we're primarily based on corporate business English, and we are moving into Hwanseung Finance, Hwanseung, which is a finance kind of operations there. Also Hwanseung Headhunting and Hwanseung real estate there. Okay, so that's the ultimate goal of the thing. Why I just remind you that this is all one take. This is all, there's no script. I base all this from my own research based on the top Korean newspapers and media content, and I like to keep you updated Monday to Friday, okay, with a 15-minute news report of what's going on in Korea that catches your attention. Okay, so let's dive straight into it, guys. The first one here you can see is there is a sexual harassment report over a 3-second stare sparks debate. This is very sad. So what's happened here is, like, there was a shopkeeper who had a female customer come into his store, and the woman was wearing sheer clothing. How sheer it was, I'm not sure. Maybe it was like a very thin kind of linen kind of piece there. But the store owner apparently stared at her for 3 seconds, and the customer felt very uncomfortable about that and said it felt like sexual harassment. And she told him that what she felt, and then he apologized for that. And she ended up filing a report with the police. So I think this has gone a bit too far. I think the society's getting a bit quite sensitive about sexual harassment kind of issues there. And violence between people. So what's your thoughts about this? The debate has sparked heated discussion among online commentators. Some criticize the owner, suggesting even a brief glance could be uncomfortable for the customer, saying, even if you claim it was only 3 seconds, it probably felt longer to her. She must have felt ashamed. Okay, Mike, what would happen if it was a guy? What was if it was a guy who's wearing, like, sambo 반바지, marathon pants, and then there's this female shopkeeper staring at his backside for three seconds? Well, how would that be classed as sexual harassment there? I'm not sure, but it's just a very, 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 very difficult time to, you just got to be very careful. You don't know what can come out of anywhere these days, guys. So yes, keep your eyes to yourself is the best policy there, and don't get caught staring inadvertently at peoples of the opposite sex. You may be accused of sexual harassment there. Okay, now this next one here, guys, is bikinis in downtown Seoul spark a indecent exposure row. So kind of related to the first topic here. And what happened was this all started off last year, where there was a girl riding around on the back of a guy driving a motorcycle, and she was wearing a bikini and high heels. Of course, she had a helmet on. But they've gone ahead and done it again. I don't know if they're related to the first girl who did it. And clearly, they 관종. They are attention seekers. They are 관심 중독. They are looking for attention. Perhaps they're doing it for their Instagram followers. But there's a fine. Apparently, they can be fined up to 100,000 won. Okay, for this overexposure offence. Okay, or obscene performance offence, up to 100,000 won. Okay, carrying a penalty of a maximum of 1 year in prison there. So netizens have expressed diverse opinions, with some asserting that wearing bikinis on the street is not a crime, and some suggest we should simply ignore them as they're just seeking attention. How can you not ignore someone wearing a bikini? You don't really see this kind of thing happening. I guess if you're at the beach overseas, this is probably normal. Maybe even Busan, but you're downtown Seoul, riding on a motorbike, to get as much exposure as you could on a loud motorbike, that screams. That smells of looking for people's attention to me. So very, very irresponsible there. What are you going to do if you've got some elementary kids going around and they see a lady with wearing a bikini driving around like that? That's going to really be kind of embarrassing for the kids' parents. How are they going to explain that to their child there? So how do you think we should solve this, guys? How do you think? What if it was a guy? What if it was a guy just wearing some Speedos or something on a motorbike? Do you think the same thing would happen as well? Just harkening back to the first discussion, clearly, you know, when the weather gets hot, people do unreasonable things in Korea, and this is just another one to add to the list. Okay, the Korean zombies there, whatever's happening, there's definitely the weather's coming into play for that. Okay, all right. Now the next one here, the Lotte Group chairman. Okay, is the highest paid business leader in South Korea during the first half of the year. Okay, so we can see here Shin Dong-bin. Okay, who won the power struggle against his brother when their father passed away. Shin Kyo-ko, the founder of Lotte Group. Do you remember that? Do you know that Lotte Group was made? The word Lotte came from Charlotte. Okay, Charlotte, and that was because the founder, Shin Kyo-ko, he liked this musical called Charlotte, and that's why he took the Lotte from Charlotte, and he made the name. They actually started out as a gum manufacturer, chewing gum manufacturer, and they've evolved into a sprawling empire. So it shows what can be done coming from small beginnings and using the power of leverage to grow your business there. So he received 7.84 million, okay, from 6 Lotte affiliates during the January to June period, up more than 2 billion won from a year ago. Okay, remember, so that's half of his salary for the year. But compare this to like Tim Cook of Apple. Compare this to other big companies overseas there. Their salaries are like huge, but remember, they're paid CEOs. They're not owner CEOs. Okay, those guys, Tim Cook, those guys, they're paji sajang. Okay, this guy is the owner of the whole group. So while he might be getting a small salary, relatively small salary, he's got all this ownership that's tied up through this spider web. Or most chaebol have some control of they are able to maintain control over the whole business group through having strategic ownership of stocks and shares throughout the group affiliates there. So. Yeah, I mean it's just a figure. It's just a figure that they have on their for their accounting books, and and I think that one of the things that makes Lotte strong is their ability to their hack of having a lot of prime real estate in Korea and Japan. And also overseas as well. They own a lot of prime real estate there, so that's just obviously skyrocketed in value over the years. So while they might not be performing as well as Samsung and Hyundai and in that respect, they do have other things which they are very strong in those areas there. Okay, so yes. It's the kind of a thing as that these are in Korea. I think it's kind of also if you were getting too much of a salary, the public perception wouldn't be that good. So they probably people would feel that the CEOs are being too greedy. So yeah, okay. What would you do if you had that salary? 7.84 million for 6 months. Okay. Yes, I know what I would do. I would be spending that. I wouldn't be spending it. I'd be reinvesting in the company. That's for sure. Okay, now the next one, guys, is old money aesthetic gains popularity among Korean youth. Aesthetics means like a visual beauty there. So old money aesthetic there. What is this old money aesthetic there? Look at what she's wearing here, guys. We've got like this nice kind of almost like a old style kind of coat and long kind of skirt or jeans, that kind of thing there. Old men aesthetic, a fashion style prevalent among the upper class in the US and Europe, is enjoying a resurgence in popularity among Korean youth. So what people are doing is Industry analysts attribute the rise in old money aesthetic popularity to socio-economic factors. Amid the extended economic challenges brought on by the pandemic, individuals are displaying a heightened inclination towards durable fashion, focusing on high-quality foundational pieces over trend-sensitive fast fashion. Okay, so where can you buy this kind of thing? Of course, buying it brand new. If you can afford it, okay, well done. But it is very pricey, so a lot of people are going to Dongmyo up. Okay, second-hand clothing market, which is one station away from my house. Let me just give you a brief little tour of the Dongmyo, second-hand clothing market there. If you've got a very smart eye, you'll be able to find some good bargains here. Brand names, actually authentic brand names, luxury clothes for really cheap. Let's have a look at it here.
악어가 저기 살이 쪄서 그래. 악어가 비만이야. 조금 짭인가?
동묘는 정말 정말 복불복이에요. 그래서 어떤 날은 정말 보물찾기를 해서 정말 레어템이나 귀한 거를 찾는
So you can find rare items at 동묘.
라는 느낌을 들 때도 있어요. 이런 게 이제 사무실 인테리어 할 때.
These items are probably good for like an office decoration.
2만 원 이걸 사서 사무실에 걸고 사람들이 이거 뭐야? 이거 때려야
25 $25 for a Jesus grocery office.
황주 30만 원.
300,000 won for the dog.
중국산이야. 왜냐면 딱 만져보면 아는 게 진짜 약간 빈티지는 무게가 이렇게 안 나와. 얘는 지금 턱만 만졌는데 걔가 이렇게 올라가다. 올라가면 안에 피었어.
학생아 그거 어디 줘?
학생이요? 예, 여기요.
학생 아니야?
아, 학생이에요. 예. 제 나이 또래 와서 주로 뭐 사가요?
몰라 어떻게 하냐?
아, 네. 아이고. 야, 뒤쪽. 이게 동료야. 여기서 영감을 받는 거야.
So there's a bit of a grocery is there.
그래서 영감 받는다고. 아, 저런 거는 좀 잘 닦아서 쓰면은 쓰겠는데? 오, 이거 셀링에서 나왔던 것 같은데?
Okay.
이쪽으로 넘어갈수록 좀 영하지. 여기 있잖아, 벌써 필라.
We got some filler. We got some good stuff coming out now.
모든 브랜드가 다 되게 똑같아.
They're all fake.
여기서부터는 약간
They're all fake because they're reprinted in Korea.
동로 스킬.
동물로스 스킬.
여기가 좀 그래도 좀 나름 동료의 명품관. 그러니까 아까랑 확실히 다른 게 랄프 로렌 택이 다 오리지널 랄프 로렌 택이라고. 여기는 이제 이런 거는 이제 완전 오리지널 레어템이죠. 딱 보면 이제 이 라펠이나 그 당시에 전형적인 크기거든. 구찌는 딱 이 크기야. 난 이거 1등. 사실 와이프 스타일이네. 얼마나 와이프한테는
300,000 won for a Gucci blazer. Wow.
사장님.
Okay, so if you get the time, I'll put the link for this one here in the description, so do check it out there. 동물로스 길. Okay. Okay, great. All right, okay, now let's go back into it here, guys. Alright, so this last one here, guys, Seoul City plans to open beach-like vacation spots over the Han River parks, and they've done this before, okay, where they've actually put sand down next to the Han River, okay, and they've put like bean bags and canopies so you can sit under and chill kind of things there, and these will be free to use until September 10, and then they'll be accessible from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. So kind of giving that beach just kind of vibes at the thing, but even then it's still too hot. It's still too hot there, and while the concept is nice, I mean, you know, it's a lot of sand to be moving. It's a lot of sand to be moving and putting it there. So, yeah, it's a little taste of the beach there. But Koreans, they're quite able. There's a lot of transport to go to, and you can go to the buses, go to the beaches on the east and west coast, even the southern parts there quite easily there. But if you are a city slicker and you are looking for a bit of a chill out on the beach, this is probably your second best option there. Okay, guys, I'd like to thank you for this Gwangbukjol edition there. My favorite word of tonight was 동물로스길. Okay, this is a 동묘 up, okay, and the 로스길 there. Do check that out for some good second-hand clothes. This is Paul Wilson from the Hwanseung group. Okay, as we are Hwanseung and we're transferring all the times in our lives. All right, okay, Hwanseung 기업영어, okay, for executive business English there. Hwanseung headhunting, there's the headhunting there. Hwanseung 금융, which is finance, and Hwanseung 부동산, which is the real estate there. Okay, let me show you what the power of hunger, the power of being a hustler can do for a man or a woman in Korea. Okay, age is just a number. You know, that's always a good time to start. May I remind you, this is all as one take. This is all one take. There's no script. Okay, this is raw. This is like seng. This is like a yuke. This is like a sashimi. Just straight into your viewing pleasure. Okay, have a great day. for Gwangbukjol. 대한민국 만세. Those were our people today. That's Hwanseung tonight.